Hello, future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. Here is the continuation of the problem on the construction of shear moment diagrams as well as the sketching of the elastic curve. After this, if you want challenging construction of the shear moment diagrams, challenging loadings, you go to my playlist in structural theory. You will find uh, challenging examples there. So here in this video, there are three examples. So for the beam shown, construct the shear force and bending moment diagrams. Also sketch the elastic curve. So first, we sum up moments about C. Bx is 0. Of course, there's no inclined loading. So By, summation moment C equals 0. By times 10 meters plus or equals 30 times 12 plus 20 kilonewton per meter times 5 meters. And this distance is 2.5 plus 5, so 7.5. So By is 111 kilonewtons upward. Then summation moments about B equals 0, counterclockwise positive. So R sub C times 10 plus 30 times 2 equals 20 times 5 times 2.5. So solving for R sub C, it is 19 kilonewtons. And I already checked that it balances vertically. So we begin by constructing the shear diagram. First, we have negative 30. Go down, negative 30. Between A and B, there's no load, so the shear is constant. Then there is a concentrated upward force of 111, so negative 30 plus 111 is equal to 81. Then 81 minus the area of this loading, 20 times 5, so 81 minus 100 is negative 19. Intersecting zero shear, we will find that later. Then negative 19 between this point and C, there's no change in loading. So the shear diagram is constant, negative 19, and it checks it is equal to that R sub C there. So to solve for x sub 1, you either solve this by similar triangles, x1 as to 81 equals 5 minus x1, this is 5 minus x1 as to 19. And you will get 4.05. Another way, the shortcut way, as long as the uniform load is 111 or 81, shear 81 divided by that uniform intensity of the load 20, so 4.05 meters. Another way is you set up the shear equation in this segment and it is equal to 81 then minus 20 times x1 or 20 times x, then set that to 0 because we want to find the distance from B where shear is 0, shear here. So you will get the same result of 4.05 meters. Then area 1, area of the shear curve, area of the region under the shear diagram for this situation is 1/2 of x1, 4.05 times 81, so it is 164.025 kilonewton meter. Or the other way, since we established the shear equation, remember that area 1 is equal to the area of the shear equation dx, or change in moment is area of the shear diagram above. So this area 1 is simply, or this change in moment, maximum moment minus the moment there, is equal to the integral of shear equation dx, or simply area 1. And it is equal to, from 0 to 4.05, 164.025 kilonewtons. Area 2 is supposedly 1/2 of 0.95. 5 minus 4.05 is 0.95 times negative 19, so negative 9.025. Another way is we use this shear equation, integral from 4.05 to 5 of 81 minus 20x dx, you will get negative 9.025 kilonewton meters. Then, and so on and so forth. So this area is negative 30 times 2. This is the change in moment at B minus the moment at A is the area above. So moment here minus 0 equals area above. So that's why we have negative 60. And this is straight line because that's 0 degree. 0 degree next is first degree. And the slope of this line is negative 30. Remember the definition. The slope of the tangent to the moment curve is the intensity of shear above. So this is negative 60. Then plus 164.025. The initial slope here is 81. Remember the slope of the tangent to the moment curve is shear above 81. So positive 81. And the slope here is 0 because the shear is 0 horizontal. To draw a curve tangent to the positive slope and this 0 slope there is that curve there, which is second degree. And it is positive decreasing until the coordinate is 0 or until the slope is 0 here. And it is negative 60 plus 164.025, 104.025. Then plus area 2, which is negative 9.025, 104.025 minus 9.025, you get 95. Then finally, because the area here is negative 95, so 95 plus negative 95 is 0. It is a straight line again. The slope of this line is negative 19 constant. It is the shear intensity there. So for additional calculations, so what if we want to determine the shear where moment is maximum here? So we consider the free body diagram to the left of that section. So the maximum or the shear is equal to 111 upward minus 30 minus 20 times 4.05. So it's really 0. Then for the maximum moment, we simply consider the free body diagram and sum up moments about that section. And it is equal to 111 times 4.05 minus 30 times 6.05. 6.05 is 2 meters plus 4.05. And minus the moment of this loading, 20 times 4.05 times 4.05 over 2, or minus 20 times 4.05 square over 2. So you'll get the same answer of 104.025 kilonewton meter. Then finally, we consider 2C. From this section to that section, this is the positive shear upward. Remember the sign convention, and clockwise for positive moment at the left section. So for shear, summation forces Y equals 0, V2 plus 19 equals 0, so that's why V2 is negative 19. Summation of moment at section 2 equals 0, so M2 then minus 19 times 5 equals 0, so M2 is 95 kilonewton meter. So it's also really 95 kilonewton meter. So that's it for this video. Next, for problem 3, draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams for the beam loaded as shown. So first, we sum up moments about E. EX is 0, so R sub B times 6 plus 60, then equals 20 times 7.5 plus 30 times 4 times 2. So RB is 55 kilonewtons. Likewise, summation moments about B equals 0. E sub Y times 6 plus 20 times 1.5 equals 60 plus 30 times 4 times 2 plus 2 is 4. So our EY is 85. So if you check, summation versus Y is 0. Then we construct the shear diagram. We have a concentrated load downward, so from 0 to negative 20. Then between A and B, there's no, just to the left of B, there's no change in loading, so shear is constant. Then we have a concentrated upward force of 55. Negative 20 plus 55 is 35. Between B and just to the left of C, there's no loading, so it's constant. or zero slope because W is zero above. Then between C and D, there's no shear force or there's no load, so it remains constant. Then 35 minus the area here, 35 minus 30 times 4, which is negative 120, is negative 85. So this is a straight line up to here. Then it checks because the reaction at E is 85. Then to solve for x1, we use the principle earlier. You may apply similar triangles. 35 as to x1 equals 85 as to 4 minus x1. And you'll get x1 equals 7 over 6. The other way is shear here is 35 minus or divided by 30 equals 7 over 6 meters. Or we define the shear equation from DE. So it is 35, shear is 35 minus 30 times, let us say, x1. And the shear is 0 because we want x1 where the shear is 0. Then you'll get the same answer, 35 over 37 over 6 meters. So that's it. So if this is 7 over 6 meters, this distance is 4 minus 7 over 6, 17 over 6 meters. So for the area 1, this area 1 here, because we can easily compute these areas here, negative 20 times 1.5, negative 30. 35 times 1, 35. 35 times 1, 35. So this is 1/2 of x1, 1/2 of 7 over 6 times 35. So positive 20.417 kilonewtons. Area 2 is 1/2 of 17 over 6 times negative 85. So negative 120.417 kilonewtons. So additional calculations for checking. So for instance, we want to know the moment and shear just to the left of B. This is the free body diagram. Summation versus y equals 0, negative 20. Then negative shear at B just to the left equals 0. So shear at B just to the left is negative 20 kilonewtons. That's why it's negative 20 here. For moment, we have MB plus 20 times 1.5 equals 0, or MB is equal to negative 20 times 1.5, negative 30 kilonewton meters. So remember that at the overhangs moment is negative. So if you look at the elastic curve, it is concave downward. So y double prime moment is negative, concave downward. So that's why the moment is negative. So for the construction of the moment diagram, we begin with 0 moment at A. Then we have 0 degrees. So first degree, the slope is negative 20. The slope of this curve is negative 20, this line. And the area is negative 30, so negative 30. It is moment at this section minus 0 equals area above, so negative 30. Then moment here at C, just to the left of C, minus negative 30. So that's moment here minus negative 30 equals area above equals 35. So that's why the moment is 65. 65 or 5, sorry. Negative 30 plus 35 equals 5. Then because we have a clockwise moment, concentrated couple, so from 5 plus 60, you have 65. Then 65 plus area, 35, is 100. Straight line again. The slope is positive 35 for that curve, for that moment curve. Then 100 plus area 1, where area 1 is 20.417, is 120.417, the maximum positive moment. The maximum negative moment is negative 30. And it is curved like that, second degree, because initially the slope of the tangent is 35. Then the slope at 0 shear is 0 also, because slope in the moment diagram is horizontal. So that's why you have 120.417. So that's the curve. You just make it tangent to slope of 35 to slope of 0. Then slope of 0 to here, the slope is negative 85. So of course, that's the shape of the curve. So 120.417 plus area 2, which is negative 120.417. That's why it's 0 here. It closes. So for the elastic curve, the portion here is negative to here. So it is concave downward for that part. And for this part, because the moment is positive, it is concave upward. So that's it. Now, how do we know that the elastic curve is above A? The load here is heavy, 30 times 4, 120 compared to 20. So naturally, this will bend down here. So it traces partially that part. So as long as this is concave downward for that part, concave upward, that's correct. Then finally, draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams for the beam loaded as shown. So dx is 0, summation moment about d equals 0, clockwise positive. So r sub b times 15, 9 plus 6, 15, plus this, or equals 36 times 6, then plus moment of this triangular loading, 1/2 of 6 times 24, and 2/3 of 6 is 4 times 4, then plus the rectangular loading, 24 times 12, 12 times 6 plus 6, so 12 also the moment arc. So R sub B is 264 kilonewtons upward. Then summation moments about B equals 0, counterclockwise positive, dy times 15, then equals 36 times 9 plus moment of this triangular loading, 1/2 of 6 times 24. Moment arm is 2 plus 9, so 11. Then plus moment of this rectangular loading, 24 times 6, 24 times 12 rather. Moment arm is 3. So our dy is 132 kilonewtons. So I already checked that it balances vertically. Then we have to prepare the construction of the moment shear diagram first. This is straight line because the slope of this line is negative 24, the intensity of the loading there. So negative 72 over 3 is negative 24, the W. Then the area is 1/2 of 3 times negative 72, negative 108. Then just B, shear at B just to the left. Then B just to the right because there is this concentrated load 264. Negative 72 plus 264 is 192. Then 192 minus the area of this loading up to C, 192 minus 24 times 9 will get negative 24. Then we have a concentrated load downward, negative 24 minus 36, negative 60. And finally, we have to subtract the area of this triangular loading. It begins with negative 24 slope and ends with 0 slope because the intensity of the triangular load here is 0. And that's why if you join these two tangents, horizontal and slope negative here with a smooth curve, second degree curve because that's first degree, it should look like that. Then this is negative 132 because negative 60 minus 1/2 of 6 times 24 kilonewton per meter is negative 132. So that's the shear diagram. Then for the moment diagram, we first, because we have a shear diagram which crosses the horizontal axis where shear here is 0 corresponding to maximum positive moment for that case, but not all maximum moments would be positive. There are situations where the moment is negative, and negative moments are expected over the overhangs like this. And we draw the free body diagram again. to show that the moment just to the left or even at B is negative 108. So let me continue. The area here is negative 108. So this is second degree, negative 108, because the tangent is horizontal first, 0 shear to negative 72. So all you have to do is join those 2 points with the horizontal tangent to negative slope with a smooth curve, second degree curve. So that's why it looks like that. Then, to solve for x1, we do the technique earlier, that is shear 192 divided by the intensity of the load 24 is equal to 8 meters. Another way is you apply similar triangles. X1 as to 192 equals 9 minus x1 as to 24. And you will get x is 8. Still x1 is 8. Sorry. Then, for this area, this is just 1/2 of 8 meters times 192, so 768. So therefore, the area of this right triangle is negative, which is negative 1/2 of 1 times negative 24, so negative 12. Then this area 1, here, the entire area 1, it consists of a rectangle and a parabola. This is a parabola. This is treated a parabola. We can apply the direct area because the tangent here is horizontal. Can only apply that when one of the tangents is horizontal. And therefore, this area here is 2/3 base times height. Area of parabola is 2/3 base times height. The base is 6 meters and the height is negative 132 and 60. The difference is negative is 72, which is this. So therefore, area 1 is area of rectangle plus area of parabola, which is 2/3 base times height. Now, the area 1 is expected negative, so negative area 1, and we just compute positive areas. Anyway, the negative sign is here. So this rectangle is 66 meters times 60, and this parabola 2/3 of base 6 height is, as I said, 72. The difference between negative 132 and negative 60. So area 1 is negative 648. Or we simply compute area 1 as area of trapezoid. Can you see this trapezoid? Then less area of this spandrel of parabola. Less area of this spandrel of parabola. So another way is area of rectangle, this rectangle here, this area of rectangle 6 by 132, then minus area of spandrel of parabola, which is 1/3 base times height directly, where the base is 6 and the height is 72. So negative area 1 is area of rectangle, as I said, 6 times 132, then minus 1/3 of 6 times 72. But area 1 is negative, so negative 648 equal to that. Then another way is by integration, but we have to define the shear equation first in portion CD. So we cut section and we will call this distance X and the intensity of the loading W. So therefore this is 6 minus X. So from the figure, by similar triangles, W as to 6 minus X equals 24 as to 6. So therefore W is 4 times quantity 6 minus X, or that is 24 minus 4X. Therefore the shear in this equation is negative 60. It begins with negative 60. Then minus the area of this trapezoid in general. So minus 1/2 quantity, this is 24, this is W, which is 24 minus 4X, times the distance, which is X. So shear equation is negative 60 for that segment only, minus 24X, then plus negative 1/2 times negative 4X times X is plus 2X squared. So area 1 by integration is, remember, the change in moment between these 2 points is the area of the shear diagram above, and the area is integral of shear equation for that segment, which is negative 60 minus 24x plus 2x squared dx. Limits would be 0 to 6, 0 to 6. And that's why we get the same area of negative 648 kilonewton meter. Another way of computing the area is it is area of trapezoid. Can you see this trapezoid? Minus area of this spandrel that has slope. The slope of the tangent to the shear diagram is the intensity above, which is negative 24. The slope of this imaginary line is negative 24. Since this is 6 meters, the opposite side is slope times 6, and that is 144. Or apply, because this is a right triangle, tangent of this angle, which is slope 24, is opposite over 6. So that's why the opposite is 6 times slope, which is 24. And that is 144. So if that is 144, and this is 72, so this must also be 72. So area 1, area of trapezoid. So negative of area 1 is we treat area of trapezoid positive. So 1/2 of 60 plus, because this the total height is 144 and this is 72, and that is 60. 60 plus 144 is 204. So that's why 1/2 of 60 plus 204 times 6, the area of trapezoid, minus area of spandrel, which this is 1/3, 6 meters by 72. The height is 72. So area 1 is negative 648 kilometer meter. So that's why 648 minus 648 is 0. But this is the moment diagram. So we have a 0 moment here, projected upward. So for this portion, because moment diagram is positive, it is concave up. That's the elastic curve through the support. And for this part, up to A is concave down. It passes through the support. Then additional calculations to master shear and moment curve, especially when the loading is complicated. And you can use integration. You just define equations of shear, loadings, and for instance, in this case, although this is simple, the moment at B is negative because this is an overhang. The shortcut way of determining the moment here is 24 times 3 times 1.5. That is negative. Or you draw this free body diagram for that portion just to the left of B. So this is just positive shear at B just to the left. So 24 going down positive. So shear at B just to the left plus 24 times 3 equals 0. So that's why shear just to the left is negative 72. Summation versus Y. That's negative 72. Then summation of moment about this section, MB plus 24 times 3 times 1.5 equals 0. So MB is negative 108. That's why you have negative 108 here. We have negative 72 here. So by the way, to construct the moment diagram and have this coordinates or ordinates, first we have 0 moment. Then, as I said, the slope here is negative 72. So to draw a curve smoothly from 0 tangent to negative 72, so that should be the shape. That's first degree, second degree. And this ordinate is negative 108 based on the area of this part. Then negative 108 plus 768 is 660. Then 660 plus negative 12, 648. Then 648 plus negative 48, area 1 is 0. Then plus the curve, as I said. So that's it for this video. If you want more challenging problems, you open my structural theory or structural analysis playlist. find share a moment diagram construction there, and you can find challenging problems there. That challenging problem might be the same or almost the same idea in solving your midterm summative visa.